Guten Morgen, day 22, and I am on the bus, headed back to the trailhead. Had a great stay at the Yellow Deli. Again, flurry of activity yesterday and this morning. Wish I wasn't so stressed out about getting back on trail, but I'm kind of anxious to get back on trail too. I'm going to try to do 19.9 miles today. Day 121 was a 0 day, so that's why there's no video for 121. But anyway, see you on trail. All right, so got back on trail at 9:45, and some quick thoughts here. So what did I do yesterday on my 0 day? Well, wash clothes, of course. I had repaired some equipment. Had to sew up a pocket in my shorts, and prepared my old shoes. They got replaced under warranty, so that came in yesterday. So I'm wearing my new Ultra Lone Peak 5.0s. And I shipped the old ones back to Kingsport this morning, so I cleaned those up. My food bag, stuff sack, was ripping up. The drawstring was ripping out of the hem, so I tried to do a hillbilly repair on that with super glue. We'll see if that holds. Had some phone conversations, long conversation with Keegan. So I don't know. It's just, you ask yourself, where does the time go? And I don't know where it went yesterday, but I was busy all day. So really enjoyed my stay at the Yellow Deli. I tell you, I don't understand the criticisms of that group of people based on what literature I read and the conversations I had. To me, they were kind of the hippie version of the Mennonites. And, the red flags for cultism were not raised for me. So that's that. On the bus, I'm at entertainment. We hiked together a little bit. There he is, and glad to be hiking with him again. He's got a compatible pace.
Since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been a long while. So we seem to have pretty compatible hiking styles. So I might stick with him for a little bit. I secured a room this morning at the Hanover Adventure Tours and Hostel. So for Sunday night, it's going to be a little pushy to get there Sunday, but I think I can do it. I'm feeling really good right now. Did not sleep that well last night. Just uncomfortable, hot and then cold. But we'll see if that affects my hike. That's it. Bye. All right, we're crossing through Gifford Woods State Park. Pretty area. There's a big lake back there in the distance. All right, well, this is different.
Used to this kind of hiking. I think I'm not afraid of heights anymore. I can see the bottom.
All right, so it's 20 after 5, and I was going to go to the Waturi Shelter about 2.5 miles farther down, but this is a place called the Lookout. It's an unofficial shelter. It's actually on private land. I think it might have one time been an official AT shelter. It's 1 or 2 tents off trail, but it's actually a cabin, and it's got a loft. It's got a loft up there, and man, yeah, it's enclosed. So let's take a look. All right, so the owners of this cabin built this crow's nest up on top. Got a long ladder. So I climbed up here, and here's a view. It's real hazy, smoky out there, so I can't really see very much. But on a clear day, man, this would have been really nice. So reading some of the old signs that date back to 1998 that are inside the cabin, I don't know if this ever was an official AT shelter. I think it's always been on private property, and they just allow hikers to have access to it, as long as we be responsible about it. So it's a very nice gesture, but it's part of a farm. I can't remember the name of the family farm, but yeah, it's nice. It's pretty sweet. There's just another Shot of the front. It's got a nice porch on the front. Let's go inside. Look at that loft. Windows. It's a little warm in here. It's been kind of warm today. Fireplace, of course, they don't, there's a sign saying no fires. So the sun is starting to set, and the top crow's nest is crowded. Good morning, day 123, and I am leaving the lookout cabin. Enjoyed the sunrise this morning. So it is 7:20, early start, getting out of here. Yeah, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do today. I was looking at, the plan was to do actually just shy of only 15 miles and get to the Thistle Hill Shelter. But I can do just shy of 20 miles and get to something that's not listed in the AT guide, but it's listed in Gut Hooks. It's, across the road, and there's a family farm with a big blue barn, and those guys are trail friendly, hiker friendly, and let people stay in their barn. So, but that's kind of risky. I mean, they may not be there. So I would like to go ahead and try to do that almost 20 miles and give me a really short day getting into Hanover tomorrow. All right, I just passed the turnoff for the Waturi Shelter, which is where I was going to stay last night until I decided that I wanted to stay at the lookout. Yeah, it's almost a quarter mile off trail. I really need water. There's no water source at the lookout, so I had to carry 2 liters in. But in 3.8 miles, there's a road, and then 0.2 of a mile down that road, there's a farm stand, which will not be open until 10. I'll be there about an hour or two early. But they do have an outside spigot, potable water, so I'll do that. And who knows, I may loiter there until 10 o'clock and get me some stuff. Entertainment is ahead of me. He's a very early riser. I just can't do that. In fact, I went back to bed after the sunrise. Briefly, I couldn't sleep. That's why I got such an early start today. But yeah, I hope to catch entertainment. I think he was going to go to the Thistle Hill Shelter, make it a nominal 15-mile day. So I'll certainly catch him there. What else? That's it. So I just drank the last of my water, and it's mostly downhill, so I think I'll be thirsty, but 3.8 miles ain't too bad. Bye. And before I forget it again, today is August the 7th. So happy 4-month trail-iversary to me. 4 months. God, it's hard to believe I still have well over a month to go. I had stopped for, get that out of the way, I had stopped for almost an hour at this farm stand, a couple tents down the road when the trail got to, I think it was Vermont 14, and ate a pie and then another half of a pie from someone else left over. It's really good. I should have taken a picture or video of it. Nice little farm stand building. So I filled up my water bottle with potable water, and now I'm just climbing out of the valley. Whenever you cross a road, roads are usually in the valleys. And you got a decline going into it and a big incline coming out of it. Whew. This is a nice part of the trail, kind of like a old Forest Service road, but it's very soft, and it's got this neat rock wall along the whole length of it. So yeah, I'm just kind of ambling slightly downhill. Alright, behind me is the turn for the shelter I was going to stay at, the Thistle Hill Shelter. But I'm not going to stay there. It's 2:30 right now, and that's after me taking a pack-off break right here behind this tree and eating a couple of granola bars and drinking some water and figuring out whether or not I should push on to this blue barn, so-called blue barn. It's not listed in the AT guide, but It's all over Gut Hook. People gushing about the family that owns that and their outreach to hikers. So it sounds like sounds like a deal. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go and try to stay in this barn, and I can get there in 2 hours. So I'm looking at 4:30. That's good, and that's right at 20 miles, just a hair under 20 miles for the day. And I'm tired. My feet hurt. My feet hurt. I'm not even going to go to the Thistle Hill Shelter. It's a 0.2 miles. I'm not even going to bother going to sign the logbook. All right, this is the third one of these networks I've seen, and I figured out what it was on the second one. It's a plastic tubing, and they go from tree to tree, and they come together into a network and go into a bigger pipe. I don't know if you can see, there's a black pipe there, and it all continues to run downhill. This is a maple syrup collection. So these trees are sugar maples. And yeah, I looked at it closer in the second one that I saw, and saw where the taps go into the trees. So yeah, so these big trees that you see, these are sugar maples. And that's how they do it now. No longer do they just put a little bucket under each tree. Interesting. All right, so the AT crosses that bridge there. I think it's the White River, and continues on down this road into West Hartford, New Hampshire. But here I am. This is the Blue Barn. It's not really a barn per se, but there's the porch, and she's got refreshments and stuff up there. I've actually been here a couple hours. It's pushing 7 o'clock, and she just showed up, so we've been waiting for her to show back up. But yeah, so they actually got beds upstairs. All right, folks, don't expect much. Remember, this is free, but I mean, this is the upstairs over the garage, and there's actually beds here. I mean, just some nasty mattresses, but you know, who cares? So yeah, so this is where I'm going to sleep. All right, so it was hot today, and I tell you, this 19 point whatever it was miles wore me out, but I made good time. So I'm glad this lady finally showed up. I feel, you know, I didn't feel comfortable just moving myself in, so me and another fellow, we parked ourselves out on the picnic table outside and had Domino's pizza delivered to us, finished that off, and we're just killing time. Got an internet connection. The library is right next door, so I think I'm picking up a Wi-Fi from that. So I'll load a video tonight. Yeah, it's hotter than blazes today, about hot and humid, and it's hot up here. Of course, there's no air conditioning, right? But it's got a fan going. It'll cool off. It'll cool off tonight. So yeah, I'm really glad to have scored this tonight. It sets me up for just like a 10-mile day to get into Hanover tomorrow. And finally, I can enjoy a day at a hostel, you know, where I arrive early in the day. Things, you know, I just got to work on my faith in humanity. Things work out. They've been working out. So got a lot of anxiety about going into the Whites, things not working out there, different things that maybe I'll talk about later. But you know, if past results are any indication of future results, then I really am worrying too much. So this is Wagner von Vonderweg. Good night.